Hi everybody, James Orton for BMW, Mazda, Volkswagen, and other pre-driven cars. I did a video yesterday on a Toyota 4Runner, and the request came about if we had any all-wheel drive minivans, and sure enough we do. It's a Toyota Sienna all-wheel drive. One of the rare scenarios you can get a minivan with all-wheel drive. So this is great. This is a 2014 with 80,000 miles on it to be exact. I'll start it up with you and show you a little bit more about it. So the first test, does it start? The keys worked with opening the door. It is a 2014, but a lot can happen since then. Starts up, no weird noises yet. 85,836 to be exact on the miles. I'll show you some wear spots on it, on the interior. Otherwise, looks clean and doesn't smell like cigarette smoke or anything like that. So there's a clear look at the miles. Just on entry, a noticeable wear spot is on this steering wheel. So the leather's kind of rubbed off from oils on your hands and things like that. But otherwise, I don't see any other real reconditioning issues on buttons other than the steering wheel right now. I'm going to turn on the air real quick and make sure that's going and working. There's your display for the air conditioning right there. Air feels cold. And this display will also house the rear view camera when backing up. You'll have heated seats in here, and I can confirm the driver's seat works. You have a power outlet below there, another power outlet even below there, and then a USB and aux setup. Storage there. This door does not actually function yet. Could be held by some coffee, but there's maybe an issue there with that little drawer. You have other storage set aside here for maps or books or owner's manuals, phones, and then one below that even. That's a great thing about the minivan is the set of storage that it comes with. There's the owner's manuals. Storage just like this, right beside the driver's seat. Tabletop if not in use. And then some additional storage here. Lots of storage space. So I guess we could take a look at the back and see the condition on the outside. Here's some controls for power mirrors and then the rear ventilation, traction control, and then turning off the power doors for the power sliding doors. Nice setup here with the captain's chairs in the second row, so that way you can come through the aisle and get to the back seat easily instead of having to move this forward all the time in the second row. You do have things like window shades on all four of the back windows, and then you have some map lighting, air conditioning vents, and also protected by a side air curtain all the way back to the seat pillar. Also going to have some cup holders back here, storage. Plenty of room for 3 back here. And the condition of these seats don't look very used at all. Now, the one thing I noticed back here is this armrest here. That could use a little love, but I think that we have a vendor that could probably repair that. So this is a fresh trade. I don't think it's been gotten to yet, as far as upholstery. But not a big deal. And then this also has a moonroof. Taking a look at the tires, they have decent tread on them. The wear bar is getting close, so you still got some life in these tires, but it's going to be probably the sum of 10,000 miles, and you might want to look to replace them. Taking a look at the engine, sounds okay. I don't smell anything weird. And you have Toyota reliability behind that. There is a decent looking battery, no corrosion or oxidation. Pretty clean. And if you want to see some blemishes or dents, there's some slight scratches right here and a small dent. See that? And then right over here is a dent. Other than those items, the only other thing that I'd want to mention is a little scratch here. And then the way that this is aligned. So usually that could be a sign of that being repaired or just gotten off track. Because whereas the other side you see is a little bit different. So nothing major. We'll always provide a Carfax for you to look at and try to see if there's any damage reported on it. So what I want to do, again, like I did in the 4Runner, is take it around some of these driveways and see what the suspension sounds like, what the brakes feel like. Now this car hasn't been driven in a few days, so let's move that rust off the rotors and the brake pads. Just kind of feeling how smooth it is in that right to left transition for an all-wheel drive. You can hear the brakes a little bit. Now you'll really hear them when I hit the brakes. Oh, not that bad. Usually they get so much rust on them that from sitting that they'll be very loud and that won't go away until it gets driven, of course. Down that first driveway sounds okay. Now it sounds like this is probably going to have some tire noise too, since they're getting up there in age. Sounds okay. You know what I just thought about? You know who drives a minivan? Jimmy Butler. Used to be on the Bulls. Now he's with Philadelphia, but he likes rocking the minivan as well. So I can tell you right now, a lot of what I'm hearing is going to be due to those tires becoming old in age. So check it out, listen. Now, I could be wrong, and I'm not a mechanic or a technician, but I'm pretty sure that's tires. Other than that, there's not a weird sound to the suspension or anything like that. Going over bumps sounds okay. Steers straight. So the Toyotas, they'll hold their value very well, and this is a minivan, yes, but all-wheel drive minivan, it's not too many of them out there. Brakes feel good, no pulsing or anything like that. Alright, quick update to the rear hatch door. So there wasn't a button on the back of the door, so I thought it wasn't power. It did cinch it in once you got it close to closing mechanisms, but I'm going to see if this has functionality, and yes it does. So power moonroof, power sliding doors, and then power rear hatch. And you can also close it from this button. So I hope you enjoyed that little look at the Toyota Sienna that we have in stock here. If there's any interest that you have or questions that need answered, you can email me at james.orton@andersoncars.com. Have a great day. Drive safe.